What's up, desktopers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are back with another video. And today I'm doing my wrap-up and review of the 2021 Chicago Pro, the Open Pro Men's Bodybuilding, and also I'll touch on the winner of the Bikini as well. I'm going to give you the top 6 results and break down what actually went down at the finals for the 2021 Chicago Pro, why Roelly Winklaar slipped down to 5th place, and why Hunter Labrada got the win over this very, very tough and deep lineup. So let's get straight into it. So I knew there was something up obviously at the finals as well, because we had Roelly Winklaar called out with that first group in the first call out of the finals. So it was Roelly Winklaar, it was Hunter Labrada, it was Wilkins, and it was Maxx Charles. So I thought, okay, Roelly's going to place 4th here. That's a big drop because he was actually compared to Mohamed Shaban and also Hassan Mustafa at the prejudging. So I thought, okay, well, they're solidifying Roelly into 4th position. Wasn't the case, because the last caller they swapped out Roelly Winklaar and they put in Mohamed Shaban. So that actually put doubt in my mind. I thought Roelly could slip to 5th here, which I thought would be a crazy result. That's actually what ended up happening. Roelly Winklaar slipped all the way down to 5th. But I first start with Hassan Mustafa, who finished in 6th place here. Now, I thought Hassan was actually better than he was in Puerto Rico. I thought he sort of improved a little bit from there. I don't know if this was his best for the year, but it was definitely his biggest in my opinion. I think he was absolutely huge of this contest, bursting full. If he could bring that fullness with good conditioning, it doesn't even have to be outstanding conditioning, just with good conditioning, he's on that Olympia stage every day of the week, because he has a lot more muscle than a lot of guys. Now, he doesn't have the structure, he doesn't have the super wide shoulders, but he's just so packed full of muscle. It just is absolutely mind-blowing. So some stuff has to finish with 6th there. Roelly Winklaar, what went down with him? Now, he looked like he was actually a bit smaller than previous years. I did sort of mention this a little bit in a pre-judging wrap-up, but he's just a bit smaller. His color wasn't right. He didn't seem to have oil on initially, then he started sweating, and then he seemed to wipe everything off, and he just looked very matte on stage as well in terms of his color. Came back a little bit better at the finals, but he has to sort of sort the color out at least anyway. Now, he obviously only gets like 1 point, I think, here from coming 5th position, so it's not going to be near enough points, and he probably won't get enough points to qualify for the 2021 Mr Olympia. So he may have to move on to Tampa next week. There's also a show over in Spain as well. That's the one Nathan Diaz is doing. He might choose to go over there and do it. Now, I know they try to avoid that sort of thing, both being from Team Oxygen, but that may be something they actually have to resort to with Roelly Winklaar, unless he wants to come over and do the Tampa, which I think is the same weekend, or he can stay here actually and do the Tampa, or he can go and do the Texas Pro, or he might need to do both to potentially qualify for that 2021 Mr Olympia, because there is serious doubt that Roelly Winklaar will qualify for that 2021 Olympia. Now, he's set to do the Arnold Classic just 2 weeks out of the Olympia, but he has to win that to actually get through to the Olympia. And you got guys like William Bonac, Nick Walker, and there's a lot of doubt that Roelly Winklaar can actually win it from. There's a lot of doubt that Roelly Winklaar can actually win it from where he is right now. So let me know what you think in the comments below. What was wrong with Roelly Winklaar? Was it the fact that he lost a little bit of muscle? His legs looked a little bit straight up and down. He was a little bit flat maybe. Maybe he lost a bit of muscle just trying to get really razor sharp conditioning, and that didn't work for him. Let me know what you think went down in the comments below. Or was it just the age catching up with him? He's in his 40s. That could be a factor as well. So let me know what you think. Now, Mohamed Shaban, now he came in much better at finals. I think that's what actually pushed him above Roelly Winklaar as well. He seemed to be more detailed. I don't know what actually went down in that short period of time, because it was only a matter of hours, like 3 to 4 hours, probably 4 hours from the time they first stepped on stage at prejudging to when they first stepped on stage at finals. So whatever he did, he looked dramatically better. I think his color was better too. Maybe it's a bit of oil or something like that he had on his skin, but he definitely did look better, at least from my point of view anyway, watching the pay-per-view. In 3rd place, Maxx Charles. Maxx Charles was the hardest dude in the lineup, the hardest dude that I can remember seeing anyway. Looked outstanding. I was extremely wrong. I put him in 8th in my pre-show predictions. It was sort of my bold pick to actually put him lower based on the video that I saw of him posing for Steve Weinberger. I think he was just flat there. But one thing I have to really credit Max with, his legs came up a lot. Like a lot from, I think, last year's Olympia where he last competed. I'm not sure if he actually did that or not, but his legs have come up a lot from the last time he did compete, full stop. Very, very impressed. The sweep on his quad seemed to be up, so whatever he's doing with Milos Sarcev, his coach, definitely is working. If he can keep working on his legs like that, he's going to, this lineup was very, very tough. And Maxx Charles won this. Wouldn't have really complained, to be honest with you guys. So Maxx Charles finishes in 3rd. Wilkin, in his Pro Open debut, finishes in 2nd place here. He's got to be really happy with this, because he only came 2nd to a all-time best Hunter Labrada. He beat Roelly Winklaar. He beat Maxx Charles. He beat Hassan Mustafa, a bunch of guys that are Mr Olympia competitors, minus Hassan Mustafa. So this is an amazing pro debut. Now, if he can put on more muscle, especially to his back, he's going to do very, very, very well for years to come. I don't know how old Brett is, but he has a massive future in bodybuilding. I can see him definitely placing right up there in the top 5, top 6 in the Olympia in the future for sure. But let me know what you think about Brett Wilkins in the comments below. And Hunter Labrada gets the win. This was an all-time best Hunter. When I actually got the better quality stream as well in the pay-per-view, and it was a little bit closer and zoomed in, you could see the conditioning on Hunter a lot better. In the pre-judging, I thought, well, maybe it wasn't quite as good as I thought it was going to be by the pre-contest pictures, but he really did bring it. Very impressed. Now, he wasn't as hard as Brett Wilkin, who was inside out shredded, but Hunter was still pretty damn hard. He just genetically doesn't have the details through the chest, but he's back to a bicep, and when he's doing things like that, looked very hard. Very impressed. Hunter Labrada gets a win, punches his ticket to the 2021 Mr Olympia, and I think it was well deserved. And they did a great job of the judging, honestly, and I'm very impressed they dropped Roelly Winklaar down to 5th, because that is a hard thing to do, to drop a guy that's, you know, regularly in the top 5 of Mr Olympia, to drop him down to 5th in a smaller show. That's got to be hard for a judge to do, so I'm very impressed by that as well. So credit to the judges, because most of the time we just hear about us, you know, bagging the judges or whatever, but I think they did an outstanding job here. Now, how does this set up for the Tampa Pro? So I assume a ton of these guys will now just roll over to the Tampa. So that includes guys potentially like Roelly Winklaar as well, unless he goes and does that Spain show. So you'd have a guy like Ian Valier, you'd have Charles Griffin added to that lineup, Kevin Jordan will be out in there, and then you're probably going to get Brett Wilkins, Maxx Charles, Mohamed Shaban, Roelly Winklaar, Hassan Mustafa, and then all the other guys that were below them at the Chicago Pro, and it was a pretty stacked top 10 as well. So super crazy, super impressive lineup that's going to be in Tampa in just 2 weeks' time. Also Texas, then you got Steve Kuklo, which is I think a week later or 2 weeks later. So you're going to have all the guys that don't win that show in Tampa probably rolling over to Texas as well. And there's probably going to be a bunch of other names that jump in there too. So Texas is going to be stacked, and also Tampa is going to be super stacked too. And I assume that Spain show too, with Nathan D'Asher in it, and probably a bunch of other names, is going to be stacked as well. So I cannot wait. So stay tuned to Desktop Bodybuilding for all your bodybuilding news and all the contest coverage as well. If you guys want a deeper shot-by-shot analysis from this 2021 Chicago Pro, go watch my pre-judging review. I'll put a card at the top of the screen here. Also, I'll put the link in the description below, so you can just click on that and check out shot by shot how I analyze the physiques as well. And if you guys like and appreciate this content and these videos, please give this video a thumbs up, smash that like button, also subscribe and hit the notification bell button. That way you'll be notified of every video that goes up for myself, Xavier Wills at Desktop Bodybuilding. And shout out as well to Lauralie Chapados as well. She shared a bunch of my stuff out on Instagram lately as well, which is greatly appreciated. She won the bikini here. She, like I said in my pre-judging wrap-up, she has to be one of the favorites, if not the favorite, going into that Bikini Olympia as well. So shout out to you, Lauralie. And that's it for this video. So guys, thank you so much. So for Xavier Wills, Desktop Bodybuilding, we are out.